Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you like hearing Reddit stories, it would really support the channel if you could like or subscribe. Let's get started with our first story. Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my front row spot at a concert to someone claiming to be disabled? A couple of weeks ago, I traveled to another country to see an artist I've been a fan of for 6 years. This was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me, and I'd been waiting months for it. I sacrificed a lot financially and mentally to make it happen. Since it was my first and probably only time seeing them, I went all out. I bought GA tickets and arrived at the queue at 5 a.m., even though the doors wouldn't open until 6:37 p.m. in freezing cold weather. I waited all day, hungry, cold, and dehydrated, but it was worth it because when the doors opened, I secured a front row barricade spot right up against the stage. This was my dream spot. Then, a guy behind me tapped me on the shoulder and told me he was disabled. He said the venue was supposed to let disabled attendees in early, but they hadn't. He asked me to give him my spot at the barricade. Here's the thing. I know this venue is very accommodating for disabled attendees. I actually have friends with disabilities who've gone to shows here, and the staff always ensures they get to the front row safely during a designated time frame before it gets too crowded. Now, I'm a very short person, 155 cm 51, and this guy was extremely tall, easily over 5.5. If I gave him my spot, I wouldn't be able to see anything at all because he would completely block my view. I honestly would have been willing to move if he wasn't so tall, or if I could still see from the second row. However, in this case, I knew I'd lose the view I had waited more than 10 hours for. I tried to compromise. I pointed out that the right side of the barricade was still open and suggested he go there. Since he's so tall, he'd still have a great view and could hold onto the rail for support. However, he refused, saying the view wasn't as good as where I was. While we were talking, that section filled up and he became more insistent. He said he'd have a hard time if he couldn't take my spot. At this point, I got frustrated and explained, 1. If his disability was that serious, he should be in the accessible section, which is specifically designed for attendees with disabilities. 2. If he insisted on being in the standing section, he should have brought a support aid, like a cane. I'd seen someone nearby with one. 3. If he spoke to security, they could escort him to the front row disabled seating, which has a fantastic view and is much more accommodating. After hearing this, he called me an asshole, told me to get fed, and left. I feel like he just wanted my spot and wasn't being truthful. The venue offers several options for disabled attendees, and I tried to direct him to alternatives. I feel bad for saying no, but I don't think it was fair for him to ask me to sacrifice my entire experience. So am I the asshole? Edit. Regarding the man's height, after everyone pointed it out, I've realized I indeed made a mistake. I don't live in a country that uses the metric system, and I should have double-checked my conversion instead of estimating from memory. I meant to say he was over 170 centimeters, probably around 175, 180. I find it strange that he zeroed in on you and only you, and he didn't demand anyone else move. Not the asshole. Yes, sounds like he thought he could intimidate her. Yep, predator-prey didn't work out for him. OP, not the asshole. And Hope concert was all that was hoped for. Especially when the person said, I don't want that spot. I want your spot. Get fed, poser, seats taken. Not the asshole. As someone who is disabled, I call venues ahead about the accommodations I need, and it's usually worked out for me at no charge here in Washington State in the US. A seat somewhere so I can sit and enjoy the music. The seat is reserved with my name on it, and I have to show ID to get it. I am not sure what the man's disability was, but he should have asked venue staff for assistance rather than trying to force the issue with you. Not the asshole. The moment he didn't want the other spot to the right, you suggested, because the view from your spot was better, made it clear he just wanted to grab the best spot from you. I had people try that with me in similar situations. I had waited hours and secured front row center by using their kids as blackmail. Didn't work on me either. If you come with your kid and think they need to stand in front row, make sure to come earlier. Don't shove your way to the front shortly before the show starts to try to guilt trip people into letting you take their spot. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the Books? I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.